This is our for evaluation.
So, the first question is, have you reached your target audience? In regards to our target audience was people like this. So there's a picture there, and we also wanted to target people who were in the age range of 16 to 20 years old. So this example is 18 years old.
The kind of people we wanted to watch our music video and like it was about kind of people, creative people, so who like drawing, artistic stuff, and typically listen to the indie genre.
To make it more personally relatable, we chose the age of the audience to be the same age as us.
We also, for our target audience, wanted people who listen to music like Ed Sheeran, Lana Del Rey, Ben Howard, and read books like The Fault in Our Stars. So they're fiction books, but they're still quite interesting to our age group.
Also as well, we want them to use different social media, so like Twitter, and maybe have a blog so they continue to follow the world news or something like that.
So we've done a survey before making our music video to see what people we would like to have, and here we found that the people who like the indie genre were the people that we did target in the end. We also ran a focus group. So here is a screenshot of the focus group that we ran.
We told the focus group our narrative, and in fact they really liked it, and we knew that they were going to be an active audience because they discussed our narrative further and added their own opinions.
With the focus group, we made sure that we had an age range between the people that we wanted. So we had some people here who were 17, some people who were nearly 20, and some people who were only 16. So when doing the focus group, we showed them our whole pitch that we did in class, and we just gave them what to talk about.
I also felt like our focus group went really well because we had them sitting around, and you can see here we had whiteboards and markers, so we got them to interact well, which meant we got to know them and understood what themes they like in a video, which is really helpful for us.
It was better using a focus group because it provided us with qualitative data, so it was more detailed than just using a simple survey.
We also asked around for other people, and we asked one of our ex-students called Niraj, who said that he found that having people who were the same age range was very good. So here he said around the same age as me, which he found relatable. So that was why, like, within our research, we found that during production it'd be best to have people our age.
Yeah. Also, we thought that we reached our audience in terms of actors, themes and clothing. So with Naveed, when we put him on screen, so we had him in a Parker jacket, and a plaid shirt, which is typically what an indie artist would wear, and it's also kind of the clothing that a normal teenager would wear nowadays.
It was better using clothes from the high street rather than expensive clothes because this was more for our genre, whereas in the pop genre they would be wearing designer clothes.
Yeah, and I feel like before making our actual production, to reach our audience, we really researched. We watched so many Ed Sheeran, Ben Howard, Florence and the Machine videos to make sure that we knew what kind of look we were going for. So you can even see that in our artwork. We had like really autumnal things and like iconography that suited the genre really well.
Now we have the question, what did you include when planning your production that would appeal to audience? So we've got a slide from Simran's original presentation, and one of the things that we included was location. So as you can see here, we've got the trees in the forest location, and we thought that it would appeal to our audience because as they're the indie genre, they like the outdoors and the nature. So we thought it'd be quite simple and desolate and like nature driven, so they would appeal to it.
We also used themes such as happiness, romance and hope.
So basically we have this pie chart here, which we done a questionnaire, and in that questionnaire we asked people what themes they liked, and they were our target audience. They were in the age range of our target audience, and we found that 24% liked happiness, 20% liked romance, and hope was 32%, so we tried to include those themes as much as we could.
Our narrative was actually starting with media res. We thought a narrative video of a little performance was more interesting because our audience was more interested in having a narrative that had some depth to it rather than just watching a performer.
Yeah, that's why when planning it during the pitch, I made sure that we had some narrative theories in there. So especially I wanted things like to go against Laura Mulvey's male gaze, and we also wanted dramatic irony at the end where the actress wakes up and the cardboard man disappears. So I wanted loads of like twists in our narrative to make sure it was interesting to our active audience.
In terms of genre that we included, so we had a lot of different props. So with the artwork here, we've got the guitar, and also in our ancillary product, we have the guitar, and also in the digipack. So we thought that we would use props that would appeal to the indie artist. So also in the video, we plan to have someone smoking a cigarette. So that shows kind of how they're outside of society and how it would appeal to the audience.
As a unique selling point, we used some animations. This mixed up the genre a bit because we tried different things.
Yeah, and I also feel like for the genre, it's quite outdoors and it's not very it's not very false. So by that, like in our ancillary products, we always had pictures of the outdoors, and we were always focusing on the outdoors. Even the front cover of the album is very neutral.
When we were doing the performance shots, we kept them outside rather than having them in a studio, and kept the lighting natural rather than using artificial lighting, because this was best in our genre to make the artist seem more relatable.
Using quotes from your audience feedback, address how these did appeal and why. So first of all, we have Niraj's screenshot again. So he said that he liked them in media res. We have the screenshot from Niraj, and he said he liked in medias res because he said it was ambiguous and it also had a unique twist. So we're quite glad that we included this because the audience found it to be a lot interesting. So I think they were questioning why was she waking up on a train, why was she alone, and why was she like picking up things that ordinary people would just walk by.
We also found that Niraj said that he liked how we had good lip syncing, and we felt this was done for our editing skills. So we also had to refilm several times to make sure that our actors' lip syncing was the same and matched the actual audio itself. So that went really well.
Afsana also said that the syncing from different angles made us engage with the artist a bit more because we could see him in different points of view rather than just straight on.
I feel like people liked the lip syncing, and that how sometimes he was singing to the camera because they were the same age group as him, it felt more relatable to them.
When planning, we didn't initially plan to have him actually sing to the camera, but then after we realised that maybe we should add some in. But a lot of people said that they liked how he wasn't looking at the camera, so I think it was quite a good method of how he should lip sync.
I think we succeeded this mostly in post-production because when we were cutting to the beat, it was much more easier to see it that way than while we were actually filming it.
With animation, Hannah said that she liked the cardboard animation a lot, just here. So I think we definitely wanted to add animation because we wanted a different twist on a music video, as a lot of music videos don't have that, typically of the indie genre. They're more just kind of a forest and an artist performing and stuff like that.
We also kept it conventional because we used loads of close-ups of the artist, and we also used a lot of camera movements such as tracking.
And again, once again, Hannah did say that she did see the correlation between our ancillary and our music video through things like the guitar and the colour palette of the leaves and just them just appearing everywhere. So we felt like the audience really liked this link, and I think this is mostly because they felt, just from looking at the music video itself, they could link it to the ancillary straight away, so it was simple and it showed branding across products.
Hamara said that she liked the motif of leaves. This made sure the synergy was very strong between our ancillary products and in our music video, because we made sure to have shots of it and used that in our ancillary work as well.
Yeah, you can even see this is a panel from our digipack, and the leaves correlate to everything that we had everywhere else, so it links really well.
Using quotes from our audience feedback, address how these did not appeal to the audience and why. A lot of our audience found the guitar on our ancillary product confusing, such as Shamaya. She said that we should have used a guitar in our music video, and it didn't work because the song itself was with a piano. We felt like the audience actually didn't understand that our ancillary product was just as a whole to promote artists, and that the music video was only one song off the album.
Hamara also said, and Hannah said that they felt towards the ending it seemed a bit unfinished and it left them confused. So that was a suggestion that Hannah gave us. We did test out several endings, so we had our actor walking away with the cardboard man, we tried to fade it. However, we felt that we wanted to end it on like quite a sharp note, and that's a negative of this feedback, because this feedback was from a school, from people we've never met. So we don't know if Hannah or these people were actually in our target group, in our target audience, so they may not have liked the indie genre itself. So that would explain why they didn't like our sharp ending.
Also with Hannah, she said that creepy voyeurism was created. So I think that with the idea of her being alone in the tent at the end, it increases the voyeurism a bit. So I think if we added another section, then you would understand what would happen. Whereas now the audience are just left, they don't know what's going on.
Some people also thought that our artist didn't actually match the voice, but we thought it was better using someone who could act rather than just looking the part. If we could do this again, that's something we might have done, but we were more concerned of having a good actor. How could our work be improved?
So I think that our animation could have been improved because we did try refilming it several times. However, towards the end it did get, the stop motion, he did move a little bit too much, so it was a little bit jumpy, so I would like to improve that.
I think it was quite hard to do the animation because as we were in a tent, we were filming, so with a lot of people in there because you needed the camera person and the actor, and the cardboard man kind of moved as the tent moved, so it was very difficult to keep him in the same position.
I also think that we should have done our ending much better because it ended very abruptly, but one way we could do this was to make the song fade, which we didn't actually have a choice in doing because the song itself just kind of cut very quickly.